Good morning, day traders, and welcome to Market Minute, a hedge fund trader's technical analysis of the stock market for Thursday, March 17th, 2022. Let's get after it. So after yesterday's Fed decision where the Fed decided to hike rates by 25 basis points, we had a really strong reaction there from bulls, right? Clearly looks like bulls are back in control here on the SPY after yesterday's full body, full volume breakout. Right, looks like we're breaking out of this consolidation here that was kind of between, say, this 414, right, and 430 area, right, something along those lines. It now seems to want to break out and sort of touch the upper areas of this 440 range. If we can get this move above that 436 on volume, then I certainly think that SPY has a lot of room up, and my bias is definitely to the upside here today. Similar story here on QQQ, right? Little minimal gap down, not really anything to be concerned about, with really good significant outlier volume there on yesterday's breakout after a very significant news event. Now looking for that continuation over that 341.50 towards that 344, right? 345, 346.30 areas. Have a little bit more maybe space on this QQQ than we do on the SPY, but you want to be a little bit cautious here as there's still a lot of pressure with the 10-year treasury hanging out at 2.81, right? And tech, been battered here recently. So still want to be a little bit cautious with QQQ. Apple, right? Very similar setup as we've seen across the board. Back inside its sort of daily Bollinger Band there on Tuesday. Really nice increasing volume breakout there on Wednesday. Now looking for continuation breakouts over this 160.50 for a move towards that 162, right, 163, and then 165 areas. We definitely have some room up, right, towards this sort of consolidation chop. But once we kind of clear that 163 area, need to get a little bit cautious going forward. Tesla is setting up maybe a little bit of a trap here, or maybe the most challenging of the names. There's just so many little half levels on the way up. So as we kind of hit that 850, there's resistance at 855. Above 855, there's resistance at 860. At 860, there's resistance at like 863. So kind of just waiting for this 870 area to break out and hold. If that can happen, then we start to have a little bit of room where it starts to move $10 at a time towards that 900 mark. If we're able to break that 900 barrier, then Tesla starts to get really interesting, but I'm not sure if it's going to have the legs to do that today, or that I'm going to have much conviction that it's going to give us big follow through on a 900 breakout today. Microsoft, really good increasing daily volume, right? Third consecutive bar of increasing volume. Nice little bounce off of that 275 area. Just creeping up towards that trend line resistance and 300 psych zone. So Microsoft has consistently been struggling in that area, and I'm always just a little bit cautious with this thing here recently. If we can break out over 297.40 on strong volume, then we definitely have room towards that 299, right, 300 mark, but want to be very cautious and just not get too carried away if this thing doesn't give me that perfect volume profile. NVIDIA might be my sort of other favorite setup of the day, where I think it's showing us really good sort of relative strength. If we can kind of clear this 247 mark, we don't really have any high conviction resistance, right, towards that 251, right, 253, 255 areas. Definitely gets pretty thin, right, as we kind of creep up here. So definitely want to watch on this really good increasing volume. If we compare it to some of these other names that we're looking at, right, Apple, Tesla, QQQ, right, NVIDIA's volume profile is just a little bit more aggressive, right, just a little bit stronger. So stands out like a sore thumb in sort of this crowd of strength. We don't really have too many bearish setups here this morning, so need to be a little bit cautious if things do flip. We do have a history of there being some choppy conditions here recently, but the expectation is here now that post FOMC, we should have a little bit of a green light to at least get a bit of a trend set in this market again. So that's how I plan on dominating today's action. If you guys like this video, please like and subscribe. If you want to start your free 7-day trial with DTR Trading, you can start now at dtrtrading.com. Otherwise, guys, see you all tomorrow for the next Market Minute.